Hello, Ross Brittleton here, and welcome to my podcast. I'm doing various podcasts based on my book, The Art of Living, and on my 30 years experience working in the field of personal development, which I hope you'll find both interesting and useful. All I ask is you approach the materials with an open mind and practice any exercises that are offered on a regular basis. If you can do this, I'm sure you'll find the materials useful. I've been working as a therapist for over 30 years, and all the materials I used are based on my own experience, my research, and are mainly evidence-based. My aim is to give you information and materials that you can use in your daily life that will help you live more effectively in your personal and professional life. If you'd like any further information, then you'll find you can contact me through my website, www.elementals.net. Please feel free to share what you learn with others. Consider this. Your brain has a delete button. It's true. Your brain has a delete button, and every night while you're sleeping, your brain sets about deleting all the rubbish you've acquired during the day. Over the years, there have been many advances in neuroscience, and one of those is the discovery that your brain has a delete button. And in this podcast, I'll show you how you can use it. This deleting process is the fascinating way that your brain makes space to build new and stronger connections so you can learn more. There's an old saying in neuroscience, neurons that fire together wire together. This means the more you run a neural circuit in your brain, the stronger that circuit makes perfect. The more you practice piano or speaking a language or juggling, the stronger those circuits become. Scientists have known this for years. However, nowadays, researchers have learned another part of the truth. In order to learn something, even more important than practicing, is the ability to unlearn, or to break down the old neural connections. This is known as synaptic pruning. This is how it works. Imagine your brain as a garden, except instead of growing flowers, fruits, and vegetables, you grow connections, synaptic connections, between neurons or nerves. These are the connections that neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and others travel across. In the brain, there are certain types of cells, known as glial cells, and these are the gardeners of your brain. They act to speed up signals between certain neurons. Other glial cells are the waste removers, pulling up weeds, killing pests, raking up dead leaves. Your brain's pruning gardeners are called microglial cells. They prune your synaptic connections. The question you might be asking is, how do they know which ones to prune? Researchers are just starting to unravel this mystery, but what they do know is the synaptic connections that get used less get marked by a protein, which is known as C1q, as well as many others. When the microglial cells detect the mark, they bond to the protein and destroy it, or prune it, the synapse. This is how your brain makes the physical space for you to build new and stronger connections, so you can learn more. And this is why sleep matters. Your brain cleans itself out when you sleep. Have you ever felt your brain is full? Usually when you're learning something new, or start a new job or a hobby. Well, it may just be. When you learn lots of new things, your brain builds connections, but they're inefficient, ad hoc connections. Your brain needs to prune a lot of these connections and to build more streamlined, efficient pathways. It does that when we sleep. When you sleep, your brain cells shrink by up to 60% to create space for your glial gardeners to come in and take away the waste. That's how they prune the synapses. Have you ever woken up from a good night's rest and been able to think clearly and quickly? That's why. It's like running a fragmentation program on your computer. This is the same reason naps are so beneficial to your cognitive abilities. A 10 or 20-minute nap gives your microglial gardeners the chance to come in, clear away some unused connections, and leave space to grow new ones. Thinking with a sleep-deprived brain is like hacking your way through a dense jungle with a machete. It's overgrown, slow-going, exhausting. Thinking on a well-rested brain is like wandering happily through Central Park. The paths are clear and connect one another at distant spots. The trees are in place. You can see far ahead. It's invigorating. So, how can you control what gets deleted from your brain? The synaptic connections you don't use get marked for recycling. The ones you do use are the ones that get watered and oxygenated. So, be very careful of what you're thinking about. If you spend too much time reading theories about the end of Game of Thrones and very little time thinking about your job, guess which synapses are going to get marked for recycling. If you're in a fight with someone at work and devote your time to thinking about how to get even with them and not about that big project, you're going to wind up a synaptic superstar at revenge plots, but a very poor innovator. Here's a very important point to remember. What you focus on prevails. You literally craft your own mind by choosing what you pay attention towards. Of course, you can hardly control what happens to your thoughts throughout the day. You can control how much it affects you. To be more specific, you can choose what affects you and construct your own neural connections. Instead of focusing on things that hold you back, focus on things that make you a better human being. Instead of imagining scenarios that will most likely never happen, meditate. Clear your mind. Bring your mind to the now and use your mental energy towards things that benefit you. It really is a game of strategy. You need to smartly use your mind, to be smart, resisting the temptation of things that don't benefit you. That's what makes you smart. In order to delete something is a simple, not necessarily easy process. But quite simply, you just need to stop thinking about it and focus on something you do want. Even when you are reminded of that thing, change your focus and attention. Sooner or later, it will get marked for recycling, and your attention can be turned to making positive changes to your life. Another way to take advantage of your brain's delete button is to use a guided imagery session, where you have the chance to focus on what changes you'd like to make. And a session will follow shortly. As I've said, on many occasions, the more often you take advantage of these tools, the more likely you'll get better results. So, find yourself a place where you can sit or lie down for 15 or 20 minutes, and I'll talk you through a guided imagery session. Assuming you are now seated in a nice comfortable chair or lying down, we can begin. I'd just like you to close your eyes and just be aware that you don't have to move, talk, or say anything for a little while. And keeping your eyes gently closed, you can also notice, if you wish, how the various muscle groups in your body feel. You can allow your attention to be aware of how your feet feel, how your legs feel, how your stomach and back feels, how your shoulders and arms feel, and how your facial muscles feel. And as we go through this session, you might like to know that all these muscle groups can become progressively more relaxed. I'd now like you to focus on the rhythm of your breathing. Just become aware of breathing in and breathing out. And each time you breathe out, you can allow yourself to float a little deeper, relaxed. It's nice to know that you can take this time for yourself now to enjoy going deeper and deeper relaxed each time you breathe out. And as we go through the session, all of these muscle groups can relax more and more. Now, each person is unique, and as you go deeper relaxed, your hands and arms may have a pleasant, relaxed, heavy feeling. Other people notice that their hands and arms have a pleasant, relaxed, warm, cool, or light feeling. Likewise, different parts of the body can experience these feelings. Your legs might feel a light, relaxed feeling or a warm, relaxed feeling. Each person is unique, and I'd like you to discover how your unconscious mind can allow you to really experience a very pleasant, deep, relaxed state. Now, I'd like you to continue to observe and be aware of the rhythm of your breathing. Perhaps you can notice that as you breathe out, you can continue to go deeper and deeper relaxed, allowing all your body to become pleasantly calmer and more relaxed. In a few moments, I'm going to ask you to imagine yourself going down to a special place. This could be anywhere that you choose. It could be somewhere that you've been to in the past, or somewhere that you'd like to go in the future. It may be a beach, for example. And if that image appeals to you, you might choose to imagine yourself walking in the sand, listening to the sound of the waves, noticing the color of the sea and the sky, feeling the warmth of the sunshine on your body. Or, if you prefer, you can choose a different scene. Perhaps you'd like to imagine yourself walking in a different part of the countryside, or in a park, or by a stream. It can be anywhere that you'd like to be. I'd now like you to imagine yourself walking to your special place. And as you do so, I'm going to count from 1 to 10. With each number, you can continue to go deeper, more comfortably relaxed. Imagine yourself now walking to your special place. 1. More deeply relaxed now as you walk. 2. 3. Going deeper. 4. 5. Halfway there now. Just continue to enjoy this walk down to your special place, and imagine what you would see and hear and feel as you continue walking in this beautiful setting. 6. 7. 8. Going even more deeper relaxed. 9. And 10. I'd like you now to continue to imagine yourself walking in this special place. I'd like you to discover that every sound you hear from now on, every thought, every feeling, will take you more and more deeply involved and absorbed in your own inner experiences, without the need to take any notice of outside things. Just allow the sound of my voice to take you as deeply relaxed as you would like to go throughout this session. Now, there are many ways that you can use to learn this state to improve the quality of your life. Perhaps you'd like to enjoy a better quality of sleep. Well, I'd like you to know that you can use this process to really help improve the quality of your sleep. You can find that you can sleep better at night time. And then when you wake up in the morning, you'll find yourself relaxed refreshed, and eager for the coming day. If by chance you find yourself awake in the night, you can take yourself back into a relaxed deep sleep. To do this, all you will need to do is to recall the special place you're in now and imagine yourself walking there. As you do this, you'll find yourself drifting off into a comfortable, relaxed sleep. You can do this whenever you want to go sleep quickly and efficiently. I'd like you to continue feeling comfortable and relaxed as I talk to you. Perhaps there are other areas in your life that you'd like to improve and make changes in. I'd like you to know that you have the ability and the resources to begin to make those appropriate and healthy changes to your lifestyle. Perhaps you wish to improve your relationships. Perhaps you wish to become calmer, more relaxed, or to have more self-control. Perhaps there are changes at work that you'd like to make. I'd like you to have the opportunity now of discovering and exploring this trance state, how you can help yourself make some healthy changes in your life. I'm going to stay silent for a couple of minutes, and I'd like you to take the opportunity to make whatever changes in whatever areas of your life that you feel are appropriate. And isn't it interesting that by imagining yourself making these changes, by imagining yourself to effectively alter your lifestyle in the future, you are giving yourself post-hypnotic suggestions that can act powerfully to alter your life in ways that will benefit you. Your ability to go into a deep, relaxed state will be enhanced, and your desire to learn and to continue to use these skills more effectively will deepen. You can use this ability to go into this deep, relaxed state in any situation where it would be appropriate for you to do so. You may wish to relax yourself in a stressful situation. You can now use these skills to do that. All you will need to do is to take a few moments to yourself while listening to this session or whilst inducing a self-hypnotic state by yourself. You can take these moments and imagine yourself being calm, relaxed, and effective in any state that it would be appropriate for you to do so. Now, as I talk to you, you may notice that your relaxed state continues to deepen, and that is perfectly fine. Your unconscious mind can allow you to go into that type of state that will be most appropriate and most beneficial for you to acquire the learning that you have decided to make. All that I'm giving here are open-minded suggestions that you can allow to use this state for your own benefit. You can also learn that your ability to learn these skills and apply these skills continues to develop. It's also very useful to know that you have all the time you need in the time available during this state to make those changes in your lifestyle, because time is relative, and 2 minutes of hypnotic time can be a long time compared to 2 minutes of normal time. And your unconscious mind has the ability to expand time and your perception of time so that you really can make the learnings that are appropriate for you now. Maybe you'd like to use this time to remind yourself and all the skills and abilities that you have, of what you've achieved in your life and your successes. It doesn't have to be big. It can be anything. Perhaps you can remember passing your exams at school, getting a place in a college or university, passing your driving test, getting your first job, or perhaps it could be a special holiday or a special occasion. Or maybe it could be something you've achieved since you started work, or people you might have met. Just take this time to review all your achievements and successes, and the skills and resources you've used to achieve them. And maybe you can get in touch with how good it made you feel on each occasion. You can use this time to celebrate the experiences you've had so far in your life and think about the experiences to come. How will you choose to use all these learnings, I wonder? Will you use them to help you make healthy and beneficial changes in some part of your life? Every time we learn something new, we go into a type of hypnotic state. It's our natural learning state. And you can learn to use this state and, if you wish, help others to use this state in ways that are appropriate and will enhance the quality of your life and theirs. I'd just like you to take a few more moments to enjoy this relaxed state. And in a little while, when I count backwards from 10 to 1, I'd like you to open your eyes, relaxed, refreshed, and pleased about the learnings you've made. I'd also like to thank you for listening to this session and to look forward to spending some time with you again soon. If, when you're listening to this session at any time in the future, you wish to terminate this session or this trance state, all you need to do is to count backwards from 10 to 1, and you'll wake up comfortably and quickly. In the unlikely event of an emergency, your unconscious mind will, of course, have the ability to take you out of this state immediately. I will now count backwards from 10 to 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I hope you found that session useful and have gained some benefits. As I mentioned earlier, you get maximum benefits from all these sessions if you repeat them on a regular basis. And also, as I mentioned earlier, if you'd like any more information about me and the work that I do, then have a look at my website, which is www.elementals.net.